Got the boys over here helping me take apart the car. Thanks, guys.
Cool.
Jazz Jordan over there.
Dude, I didn't know your hydro had like a little locking thing on it.
Yeah.
Does it work?
It does work. If I tighten that bolt, it'll work. I don't like to use it though because I still have my e-brake, which I might now get rid of. Who knows?
The hydro has to go over there.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to ask Mr. Fig to hook me up with a right-hand drive hydro setup. Yeah, so we're pulling everything off the dash right now, disconnecting all the wires, then we're gonna pull the dash off. And we just gotta get to the firewall like we did on the Altezza clip. We'll go from there. I already got some boxes going. A lot of stuff in here. Hope you're comfortable, Missy. Because you sure are in the way. I just spilled that.
There we go.
Bear
Sorry. Are you the tool passer?
Oh yeah, right over here.
He's like, give me 12. He's like, I got you, bro. Easy, guys, don't break my. I know I'm not using that anymore, but I don't need it broken. It can make me some money. It's got a slightly modified sticker on it. Jesus, man, oh man, this is one of those things where you don't really know how deep you're in until you start doing it, type of thing. And since I have a roll cage, this is probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, especially getting that dash bar. Oh my god, it's insane. Getting in and out of the car sucks. There's like 5,000 wires, 5,000 plugs. Look at all these. Look at all these plugs. I taped them all, just trying to remind myself what they are. But there's just so many plugs. It's about 9:30. I've been working since 4. I pulled out most of everything, but I figured this is a good stopping point, you know, because I really didn't want to start while wheeling all this seam sealer. But I completely ripped apart my car in a matter of a few hours. And I got my workbench all cleaned up for tomorrow. The motor's just about ready to be pulled. I don't have a cherry picker, so I wanted to get it as ready as I could. That way when I go get my buddy's cherry picker, I can just come here, yank the motor out. A lot of work. It almost is scary seeing my car like this. If I take one step at a time, everything's gonna work out good, and I'm pretty confident, and I pretty much really know what I'm doing now. And then here was the chassis harness. What a disaster. Sorry it's a little windy outside. Yeah, this one has a lot more going on than the Altezza one, so we're gonna see what we're gonna do with that. Shouldn't be too bad. Okay, another update. Still prepping the engine to be removed. I pulled out the core support, pulled out the radiator. I disconnected all the fluid lines. I got the power steering draining right there. The coolant is drained. I made myself a little list. Excuse my handwriting. So I still got to pull the fuel feed and return, the battery ground from the passenger side of my motor, the right side of the car. On the starter cable, I got to disconnect that, and then the 4 trans volts. I'd already disconnected the exhaust. Just about disconnected everything. If you guys have any questions about this, let me know. I really didn't want to put it on film because it's just a bunch of unnecessary stuff that I didn't want to fill up a video with. Also, now we're doing the same thing as we did to the other clip. We just grinded down all the seam sealers so you can see all the spot welds all the way up and down the trans tunnel, and then I'll start drilling out the firewall. I have a friend coming by. His dad does windshields, so I'm gonna get this professionally removed. That way they can kind of save the gasket and stuff like that, and that way I don't have to smash it up to a million pieces and then buy a new one. Probably gonna get the engine hoist either tonight or tomorrow so I can pull the engine out. And then once I pull the engine out, then it's really a party. All I gotta do is literally just pull the engine bay harness through the hole on the firewall, get rid of that. Then I gotta disconnect the brake lines that go from the brake booster and master cylinder all the way to the ABS unit, because we're not gonna be using most of those lines anymore. So I got the boy Gio over here.
What's up?
Gio had a car a long time ago. It was an IS300. He got rid of it sadly, but he's still here.
Still here supporting Team Slightly.
Still here supporting. He's got his dad here. His dad does windshield, so pulling my windshield out for me. So thanks to him. Thanks to him, I won't have to buy a new windshield. And thanks to you, bro.
No
worries.
Hey guys.
Matt Falk is here, and he brought the cherry picker, and yeah, we're gonna pull the motor. Well guys, I'm gonna call it a night here. Shout out to Matt for helping me get my motor out. That was a pain in the ass and a half. Shout out to Gio and his dad for getting my windshield out. Now the car is just about stripped, and see the VIN right here. I'm looking like maybe I can just relocate that on the other dash, which would be pretty cool because it's just one simple little weld. My trailer is looking like a damn chop shop. Hoods, doors, cowls, fan systems, firewall right here, fenders back there, intercooler, radiator, and everything. Man, it's gonna be a lot of work, but now I can start working on getting the firewall out, and hopefully things will go smooth for a while until I have to put all this stuff back. Yet another day. I barely have time to work on this thing, but I'm gonna try to get some work done today. Today we're gonna pull the car out of the garage. We're gonna clean the garage floor because I spilled gear oil all over it, and we're gonna wash the bay. I mean, there's no point in washing the firewall, but I'm gonna wash it anyways because I need to wash the trans tunnel. I gotta get all the debris off it and the dirt and the oil so I can have clean welds. So I'm gonna pull it onto the grass back there and just gonna degrease it and hose it down. Okay guys, I'm about to cut the firewall, but before I do that, I'm going to put all the bracing in this car that I can. I'm fitting the right-hand drive dash bar. I also have this front strut bar on, just to try to keep the car together. I also have a few measurements that I had wrote down just to kind of help me remember things. On the right-hand drive car, when I cut it, it looks like the body opened up a little bit, like right here, but mind you, it's also cut right here too, so there's not all this support holding it together. But anyways, I took measurements right here, and I took measurements like right here. So when I cut it, hopefully the dash bar and the strut bar will hold it together, and I won't have to do anything. But I'm gonna take my measurements anyways, just in case. That way, you know, just be on the safe side. That way, when I put my windshield back in, everything's okay. As for the dash bar, things are a little different. The holes are there, but some of them have like fixed studs. So the dash bar has these small little nuts on them, and they're tack welded to the bar. So on this side, there's already studs there, so I don't need to put a bolt through. So it was kind of a pain in the ass, but what I did was I just marked the tack welds from the back and I drilled them out. So that's how I was able to get this off. That way we can just do a good old-fashioned nut and bolt. So I got those off, so those little drill holes shouldn't affect anything. And then on the other one, took a grinder to the ones I can get to, which was 2 of them, and then I kind of clamped it with a vice grip and wiggled it off. As you can see here, I kind of tore off a little piece right there, but that doesn't really matter. There's gonna be a nut over it, but yeah, I would suggest drilling it out from the back. On the left side of the car, there was a stud in the way, so I grinded it off with the grinder. The bottom stud's okay because it's out of the way, but then you just have to put nuts and bolts through these holes, which is okay. But yeah, you just gotta grind that one off. When I said I was gonna make precise measurements, it's really kind of hard because there's nothing to like measure from. You know what I mean? So, plus not everything is put together perfect, and these cars are made, I don't know, 6 years apart. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave a little extra on the car, and then I'm gonna grind away little by little until it matches perfectly with my cut firewall here because if I try doing precise measurements, I know I'm gonna fuck it up. Every time I wing it, I do a pretty good job. So let's just get to cutting. Firewall is just about out. I'm just ready to pull it out. I just wanted to show you guys. You take the camera, I pull firewall out. Okay. 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 I hope it comes out. I don't want to make myself look stupid. Praise Dale, brother. So like I said, I have the strut bar in here and I have the right hand drive dash bar. I fit it in here to still give the car some rigidity because you know the whole firewall's out, so that's what kind of holds it together in the front. And I have these that I drilled out. I drilled out of the Altezza. You can tell they're red. You can kind of see like how awkward this is. This took me a pretty long time to figure out. But yeah. I'm gonna try to put the Altezza wall in here. I don't think it's gonna fit though because I left a little bit extra on the car just in case, so I didn't have any gaps. So it's probably gonna take a while, but you know that's the way I wanted to do it because I wanted the metal to line up as best as it can. So I'll probably be in here a while with the grinder, grinding down the car to fit the firewall. But yeah, look at this. Okay, so I dropped the new firewall in just to kind of see how it fit. I cut everything a little bit big so it doesn't drop down perfectly, but as you can see, it's pretty close. So there's a few things that I'm gonna have to trim, like right here, a little big, so we're gonna have to cut that piece off, and hopefully I can get the firewall to drop in. But after that, we're gonna start welding. Okay guys, tune in for part 4. Part 4, I'm gonna be finishing fitting the firewall, and now I'm gonna start welding. I'm not a welder, so this is gonna be pretty interesting, but MIG welding's supposedly pretty easy, so I'm gonna MIG it, and luckily I have a few friends that know a thing or two about welding, so they can maybe come help me out, give me some tips and show me, you know, my settings and wire feed and heat and stuff like that. It's smooth sailing from here. The hard part's done, all the cutting's done, now I gotta do the welding and then pretty much putting everything back together, but that'll be part 5. So thanks for watching guys. Andrew Garza from Slightly Modified, out.